Eating disorders and the devil wears Prada, the real devil in the fashion industry. The Devil Wears Prada is a movie that depicts the high pressure of the fashion industry in the 2000s. Emily Charlton is the head assistant to Miranda Priestley at Runway magazine in New York. Emily is a perfectionist, very driven, deeply values her job, and strongly indicates that she wishes to uphold beauty standards. Culture in New York fashion is all about thinness, competition in beauty and clothes, and restrictive diet. A quote example from the movie is not since 2 became the new 4 and 0 became the new 2. We are diagnosing Emily with anorexia nervosa, per the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Restriction of food intake leading to low body weight, very intense fear of gaining weight, and disturbance in one's own body image. This disorder deals with the lack of eating in order to lose weight or prevent weight gain. Unlike a typical diet, this disorder often leads to a very unhealthy body weight and physical problems. It has the highest mortality of any psychiatric disorder. Although it was a very common trend in women during that time, if Emily were to see a therapist, she would likely still be diagnosed with restrictive type anorexia nervosa. We do not believe that eating disorders are diagnosed in all cultures, as there are different ideas of what the ideal healthy body should look like. Western cultures like the United States show a strong bias toward thin bodies. The prevalence of eating disorders in non-Western countries is lower than that of the Western countries, but appears to be increasing. Some stigmas are not eating is seen as a choice, weakness, low self-esteem, and poor physical health and bony appearance. The development of eating disorders is a social pressure resulting from the standards of female beauty imposed by modern industrial society or Western culture. Evidence of symptom 1, persistent energy intake restriction. Emily has a chance to go to Paris with her job, so she constantly talks about how she doesn't eat anything and is losing a lot of weight so that she will be skinny on the trip. This is the most common sign that someone has anorexia nervosa, as patients suffering with AN typically restrict calories. Evidence of symptom 2, intense fear of gaining weight or becoming fat. Feeling fat and fear of weight gain are two very common but distinct cognitive affective symptoms and key ED diagnostic criteria. Emily prides herself in her skinny stature and she talks about how she must stay thin and get even thinner to fit into designer clothes during the fashion week in Paris. She is so reluctant to gain weight that she even claims she is just one stomach flu away from reaching her target weight. Most people would not willingly want a stomach flu, but Emily doesn't mind as long as she gets skinnier. Symptom not shown, a disturbance in self-perceived weight or shape. Emily does not seem to have a distorted body image. In fact, she even seems to be proud of how skinny she is compared to others and is satisfied with the weight she is losing. This is typically not the case, as most people with AN feel they are still too overweight even when they are not. At the end of the movie, protagonist Andy tries to give Emily some of her clothes, and Emily says, I'll have to get them taken in, I mean, they'll drown me. Our proposed treatment plan is for Emily to receive enhanced cognitive behavioral therapy, which is designed to specifically treat eating disorders. CBTE is appropriate because it focuses on regular patterns of eating and aims to fix negative cognitions of the patient's weight and body. The 99 adults who received CBTE with no concurrent treatment reported a marked improvement in weight and eating disorder symptoms by EOT. Ethical concerns for this treatment include maintaining Emily's autonomy, monitoring for medical complications, and addressing how she feels the need to lose weight just to thrive at her job. Barriers that hinder proper treatment, normalization of being extremely skinny in the fashion industry, pressure to get smaller for Paris, fear of losing job, and people in the workplace being very thin. A broader perspective, the film accurately shows extreme food restriction and desire for weight loss that comes with AN. It also shows the pressure of work and societal standards on one's self-image. However, the film uses a lot of humor when Emily is talking about not eating and she says things in almost a joking manner. This is inaccurately shows the severity of anorexia nervosa. The film also didn't know the health issues that come with AN. The portrayal of disorders in film seemed to have a negative impact on our own understanding. No characters in The Devil Wears Prada seemed to have any concern when Emily would express symptoms, and it actually seemed that Emily was rewarded and considered more beautiful as she lost weight. This reinforces harmful stereotypes that thinness leads to success and beauty. Instead of explaining the dangers, films often overlook disorders and cause a false understanding of them in the real world.